for to elevate.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Two Brothers channel. I'm one brother.
Hello, everybody, and I'm the second brother. And once again,
hi everybody, I'm Rika. Glad to be back.
there you go, Rika. You can stole my thunder. I was gonna say, guess who we are? But there, yeah, she stole my thunder. We have Rika again.
Sorry about
Back to you, Mr. Phil.
Well, you can see we're having fun here. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, and the greatest thing is to be able to share with you guys. We appreciate everything. Oh, by the way, we should have done this earlier. We want to thank everybody. We hit 1,000 subscribers, and we couldn't have done it without you guys.
Bravo!
So thanks for your support.
Bravo!
Thanks for your support. We've only just begun. 2,000, here we come. So we need you to keep on supporting us. We need you to keep liking. We need you to keep commenting. We need to keep basically sharing this content so that it touches the people that it needs to touch. We're not saying that we're going to touch everybody. But guess what? If all we do is touch one person, that's all the universe needs. That's all the universe needs. The last topic we did was connect with the economy of abundance. Okay, we told you about Gift Genius. Guess what? Rika is actually rocking the Gift Genius merchandise. There, Rika, show them your merchandise.
Yes, I'm currently rocking the Gift Genius merchandise. As you can see, the logo. I'm gonna turn around for you.
Oh wow!
Is
It's at the back as well. Oh wow! Wonderful. Excellent. And we're just having fun here, and we're just basically.
And where do they have to go to buy one, Mr. Phil? Because I know some people want to get one of those. Yeah, that's the next question. How do
we
I
will let them know when the time is right.
Yeah.
But for now, Rika, show us the merchandise again, please.
Yes. Here we have it. This is the all black front and back logo. We also have it in other colors coming soon to you too.
Okay, show us the back again if you don't mind. I love the way. Okay.
There we go.
Ooh.
Can you see it?
Excellent. Yep. Excellent. And don't we just have a beautiful model?
You know what I mean?
I'm glad I'm the one standing up. The day I tried to do that, I was bent over on the bed and I was showing them my butt cheeks.
You leave it to the experts. You have to leave it to the experts.
Thank you. That's what I learned. I had to leave it to the experts. Anyway, today we're going to be talking to Africa again. Like we said, this is going to be episode 87, I believe. Yep. And so today's topic is Africa. Get over your inferiority complex. Africa, get over your inferiority complex. Who sold you that BS that you bought into? Where did you buy into that? Where did you get that from? I understand, because I grew up in Africa too, when everything you see that is good is white. When all the programs, all the heroes are white. When everything that you are aspiring to, that your parents tell you to go and get, to go and become, sound more white, look more white. So I can understand why you start developing naturally an inferiority complex. But guess what? The universe doesn't buy into that. Whatever lies that man constructs, let me repeat that. You didn't hear me. Whatever lies that man constructs, you didn't hear me. Whatever lies that man constructs, the universe sees it and says, okay, that's what you want, no worries. But guess what? In time, whatever man constructs will do what? Will deconstruct. Inferiority complex is one of those constructs that is now deconstructing. And it is deconstructing in such a way that nobody expected. Guess what, Mr. Clay? Social media. I destroyed my channel. Social media. Nobody saw social media coming.
Nope.
And for the first time, social media, even though the whole mainstream media want to show black men as thugs, as, negative in any way they can, social media has now given a window into ordinary black men's lives, like what we're doing now. We couldn't do this 10 years ago. And even 5 years ago, we didn't think in this direction. Even 2 years ago, that we're thinking in this direction, we're like, But now, we're doing it. It's natural. So social media is giving all of us and the rest of the world a window into our everyday life, into our thought processes. And it's now showing that, hang on, contrary to popular belief, black men are actually funny. Imagine that. Hang on, contrary to popular belief, the black family is actually fun. Imagine that. Hang on, black people are actually talented. Imagine that. They're actually humans. Imagine that. You know that some people are just seeing black people as humans for the first time because they saw that the people they're following on TikTok that is doing all the new dance trends are all black. Now, am I trying to say blackity black, 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 only black? No. But remember, what's the topic? Get over your inferiority complex. That is the topic. And we need to know where the inferiority complex came from. And we need to know that whatever man constructs has a time limit and it will eventually deconstruct. And look at what is deconstructing it now. Social media is now showing that, hang on, these people are not inferior. Systems have made them inferior. What are your thoughts, Mr. Clay?
Thank you, Mr. Phil. Yes. The truth will always find its way into the light. No matter how much is attacked, no matter how much is programmed incorrectly. But we've always known that this construct that is man-made is an error. And it might take generations to come out of it, but come out of it, we will. So it's interesting to for you to say some of the things you said, because growing up, I've only, I remember it wasn't it wasn't so long ago, in the 1970s, where there's only very few black people on TV. Very few. And now it's like, oh, the generation that have been born now is used to seeing black people all over the media. They think it's natural. It's always been like that. It's never always been like that. It's just recent. And now the whites are even feeling guilty now. The white guilt is real, where there are this generations of whites that are actually turning their wealth, turning their back on their wealth that they've inherited, So social media has been like something that nobody saw coming. And once it arrived, everybody is rebalancing things, And yeah, technology is one of the biggest blessings that we have. Especially now we're able to connect. We're able to do a lot more. Like what we're using YouTube right now to record this via our mobile phones. That was never possible before. You needed to hire a studio, maybe we would have been on radio if we were lucky. If we were lucky. But like here we are, you're seeing our videos, you're seeing our faces, you're seeing us talk. And like you say, this is also a library that we can leave for other generations coming up. If somebody wants to know what Mr. Phil was like when he was alive, they can get a good sense from your videos, and vice versa. Me and even Rike, people can tend to say, wow, look how cool Rike is, being, she's just Rike. So it's wonderful, Mr. Phil. It's wonderful. Back to you.
Thank you. Rike, the topic is Africa, get over your inferiority complex. What are your thoughts?
I have a wide range of thoughts on the topic of inferiority and the whole imposter syndrome thing. So I'm going to start off light because I tend to get very political and very passionate about, inferior, superior. In fact, I'll tell you a little story. I was speaking to somebody the other day and we were talking about work, just generally. And then he was like, I was telling them how my managers come to me for help. Whenever they need something, because I've been there and I know everything and I fully submerge myself in my job, like they come to me because they don't know. And then he was like, oh, your superiors. I said, huh? My who? Hold on, my who? My what? Nobody is my superior. I am my own superior. I have to be superiorizing myself. Sorry, that wasn't a word, but you get what I mean. Like this whole inferiority complex that has been taught to us through the whole, past and everything is a really sad thing. But like you said, social media has now shone a light on the Black community and how great we are, not dimming down the light of other communities because we're all human, So this whole inferior, superior thing should be non-existent. However, they preach that to us in order to take away our power. Simple as. Back to you.
Again, it is back to this scarcity mentality fueled by fear. Because why would they want to dim our light or dim or make us look what we are not or make us not realize how powerful we are? It is because of fear. What are your thoughts, Mr. Clay?
Yeah, fear. And we all know that fear is not real.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have an agenda, well, you could say in a way they had they had to come up with a scheme of way of them. They had a vision. Let's say the scarcity mindset. Let's say it's a scarcity mindset where you think there has to be a race, and you have to put different people into different
categories,
and then somebody has to win the race, somebody has to lose the race, right? So and people's groups or people by their skin color, depends what kind of, where they will be in the race, which doesn't stack up in any argument, because you can't even sit down and try and say, okay, you know what, this is how we're going to go about it, because it doesn't make sense on the, but it's the mindset, it's the scarcity mindset.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And that is, and again, look at it. When you're talking about, categorizing people, and to be honest, probably it's easier for me to say, coming from where I'm coming from, we're one human race. And in that human race, we've got different colors, just like one fish species. You've got a black fish, you've got a yellow fish, you've got a green fish, you've got multicolored fish. Now, how ridiculous is for one of them to say, I am superior to the other color? The only time you can say you're superior is if you can be changing your colors like this, inflicted. Then you can say, okay, we can see you have, but if it's the only color you have that you can stay with, you get what I'm saying? If you can't flick your color from black to black, Rika, you were saying something.
Yeah, I wanted to interject because you said maybe if they can change their color, then they could be superior. I disagree.
Even then.
I want to say that they would just be deemed as different. And there's nothing wrong with being different. We don't have to put hierarchy.
I agree with you. To be honest, I actually agree with you. Because whenever we start competing and comparing and doing this and that, what we're doing again is we're buying back into the scarcity mentality that says one has to be down and one has to be up. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you said, why not celebrate diversity? Why not celebrate difference? It's even ridiculous that some men are competing with women, women are competing with men, women are now competing with men in today's world in being masculine. Can you imagine that? It's like me and some segment of men are trying to be competing with women and being feminine. It's like me envying a woman's ability to be pregnant. And then that woman is now resenting me for having the traits of a man, the fact that I am stronger, I'm bigger, I'm faster. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're all ridiculously taking our eye away from our strength and stupidly envying someone else. Rika, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, so something just sprung to mind when you were saying how, the different sexes are envious of the different attributes that they have. We need to remember that all of these things are there for us to cooperate and use our individual powers to, create a better world for ourselves. Because if I don't have something and you have something, you have something and I don't have something, we bring those two attributes together, those two what do you call them? Those two strengths, thank you. Those two strengths together, and we can build a better world instead of us fighting over what our differences are. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. Because let's actually look at it now very quickly. How different would the world be without, even in slavery, even while we were being subjugated as a black race? I'm not saying I was alive, and I'm not saying I wasn't alive, because I could have reincarnated. Who knows? But imagine the contribution in jazz, blues, dance, rap. Imagine the contribution, even when a lot of the inventions then, apparently the Jack Daniel whiskey was invented by the slave and claimed by the slave owner. That's the one we know. How many other inventions were done by slaves that their owner basically took credit for? Because then literally a slave was owned by the owner. So whatever the slave creates automatically is the owner's.
Yeah.
And then they want to now make history to say, oh, this race is useless. But guess what? They did not plan that the internet was going to come and blow the lid of everything and just show everybody. And that's why Mr. Clay was talking about white guilt earlier on. Because with white guilt, after the lid is blown off, and they now see that, my goodness, my ancestor did this for me. Well, I don't want that money. And yeah, me and Mr. Clay were here laughing and saying, ha, 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 you don't want that money. No, he's stuck with you.
You have to have it.
You have to have it. You know, so again, it is what we're saying is this: whatever inferiority complex we've been taught. Again, I said it, taught. It is not real. The universe does not see anybody superior to anybody else. And that is why in Gift Genius, we are about equipping everybody to flourish financially, emotionally, psychologically, flourish to the limit that you want. Because there's no limit. I've been in spaces, and I'm sure you've been in spaces where you have to make yourself small, not to offend somebody else. Why is that? Guess what? Scarcity mindset. Rika, you wanted to say something?
No, well, there's been many times in my own life, and if I'm honest with you, one of the major impacts in my life was when a group of people decided to tell me that, who do I think I am? Why am I so confident? And then that in turn made me look at myself like, it's true. Why am I so confident? Maybe I should make myself smaller, not to, so I can still have friends, so people will like me. Forget that, because you have to be yourself unapologetically, no matter what anybody thinks of you, because that is where your power lies. If you diminish yourself for them, you're only making them bigger in your eyes. So, even though that was a big pivotal point in my life, which made me look at myself, I feel like on the flip side, I learned a lot about myself as well, that I don't need to make myself smaller for anybody, because there's enough space for everybody. I don't need to feel inferior because somebody else is projecting their inferiority complex on me.
There you have it. There you have it. And the universe wants us all to. We need the variety. We need your personality. It doesn't diminish their personality. They don't need to be envious of a person. They don't need to pull you. They don't need to be like crabs in a bucket where they pull you back because you're hedging forward. We need everybody to go at their fullest strength. Another thing that interests me is that there's so many people that we think are around us. That their voices, the voices of those people, that we think that we need them to, we need their voice to we need their validation, we need their okay, and you don't. You do not. Similarly, like we did a video many episodes ago about having the positive voice in your mind, or having the
mind manager,
managing your thoughts. It's the same way that you have to manage those outside voices as well, not just the inside voices. Woo! If somebody's around you that is talking negatively, get them away from you, or you get away from them. Do not stick around them. Don't try and change their mind, right? Leave them and move, because there's nowhere, they can't help you. That's what I've found in my almost 50 years of being on this earth, is get away from them. Now, is it good? Is it bad? Am I being a, what do you call it?
They call it elitist.
Elitist? Am I being a snob? That's the word. Am I being a snob?
That's another one.
Am I snobbing them? Well, if that's how they see it, then that's how they see it. But it's all about energies, vibrations, and frequencies. If you're not on my frequency, if you change the channel to a channel ITV, you don't see BBC coming in, right? So it's not that BBC doesn't exist. BBC is still there. But right now we're watching ITV.
Yeah.
And if you're not on my channel, then you're not on my channel. If you want to be on my channel, then change and be on my channel. Otherwise, there's no room for you. Back to you, Mr. Phil.
I love that. You didn't hear me. I love that. Because what you're saying is this: we're on the abundance channel now. We're not saying the scarcity channel does not exist. If you want to tune into the scarcity channel, we don't have to follow you and retune to the scarcity channel. That is where, if you misunderstand me, you don't get me, you don't like me, no problem. Change the channel. Because the channel I'm on now is the abundance channel. And call me a snob if you want to call me a snob. Call me elitist if you want to call me elitist. Call me anything you want to call me. But bottom line, I'm not changing my channel to please you. We're on the abundance channel. What are your thoughts, Rike?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that something I've recently been, meditating on is that you do not need to deal with anybody that you don't want to deal with. If they're impacting your life negatively, cut them out. Leave them be. Like we said, they don't need to subscribe to your channel, neither do they need to subscribe to your way of living. Everybody has the right to be how they like. People pleaser and just accept how they treat you. Because again, you're just going to be hurting yourself, and they really know they're affecting you in this way. That's something that
you're breaking up badly.
Yeah, Rike. What's happened, Rike? Are you using can you switch to data? Can you switch to data, not Wi-Fi? Is that possible?
Okay.
All right, Rika will be back with us. Okay.
But yes, it's what we're talking about. This abundance mindset, abundance. This is the abundance channel, like Mr. Phil said. And everything about the abundance channel is
okay, Rika, you have to stop one. Let me mute.
Everything about the abundance channel means that there's space for everybody.
Excellent.
It's not for me to be jealous of you, and it's not for you to be jealous of me. Right? So you being there, you find that the beautiful thing about abundance is when you're talking about abundance, you actually being around. I need you to be you. I need you to be different. Your contribution actually encourages me to go further. So it's like it's a beautiful world to be in, and which is why in the last video I said that I need to meditate more in abundance, because the more you talk about abundance, the more you see the possibilities, and the more you get excited about it, because that's how we should have been living from day one. But we've moved into the scarcity mindset, scarcity living, scarcity. Even in the way we move, the way we plan, we always think scarcity. There's not going to be enough. Even when I have a party, you're thinking scarcity. There's not going to be enough food. There's not going to be enough tables. There's not going to be enough chairs. There's not going to be. We're going to run out. We're going to scarcity, running out. And even in the Bible, when Jesus was with his disciples, he was like, why don't you feed the crowd? And they're looking at him like, what do you mean we feed the crowd? Let's send them away. Let them go home. It's like, no, let's feed them. He said, we don't have anything to feed. Well, we don't have enough. So it's just that kind of mindset. It's like, people are like, this is not, it's not that kind of world. Yes, it is that kind of world. We have a abundance world, but we've turned it into a scarcity world. And that is amazing how we've managed to do that. So, as part of the Abundance Club, I'm very excited. And Mr. Phil,
Thank you.
you. Thank you for bringing me into the abundance world.
Hey, like what you said that the more you look at it, the more you see. The more you understand, the more it unfolds. So again, we're inviting you guys. If you don't know about Gift Genius, I can keep saying, YouTube, Facebook, they don't like you advertising your stuff on their platform. So we're going to respect that. But we do have our meetings. Again, the platform, Gift Genius, not only do we motivate you, not only do we equip you with information, not only do we help you that way, we actually go one step further where we show you a program where you can apply all these good habits, all these good things that you're learning, where you can apply it and generate cash flow and change your life and step into a life of abundance. So instead of a life where there's never enough money, now you know you don't have to participate in that economy, because that economy is the economy of scarcity. That is why there is never enough. The scarcity economy is designed to be never enough. Let me repeat that. You didn't hear me. It is doing exactly what it's designed to be. Never enough. So step out of that into another economy that is designed to be more than enough. That's how it's designed to be. So again, the beauty of the universe is that we get to choose what we participate in. So let's see if, Rika is back, but yeah, that's the point. We get to participate. Rika, let's let you finish your point.
Yeah, literally, that's exactly what I meant, that you basically choose what you tune into and what you don't tune into. You put your out into your space and what you do not allow into your space. You get to choose what influences you and what impacts you and what does not. So it's all within your. If you have a scarcity mentality, you will be more likely to adopt things which aren't of your own ideology. Whereas if you have an abundance mentality, you'll be thinking, okay, I consider that. However, if it doesn't align with my energy, with my spirit, then I don't need to take your advice. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So again, what we're doing is that we're encouraging everybody in Africa. We know how it feels, because you look at your environment and you think, but we're poor. Who told you? Who sold that? Because that is not naturally you. But things are not working here. Who told you? How did you learn that? Because it's learned. But everybody hates everybody here. That's not how it began. That was taught. Who taught you? Why did you buy into that? Don't forget, the philosophy of Ubuntu comes from Africa. That's us naturally. The story is told about someone saying to a group of children, the first person to run to that tree will get this basket of apples. What do we normally do? I will be the first. We will run. But these children, they said, okay, the first person to get to that tree will get this basket of apples. Guess what they did? They held hands, about 7 of them, and ran together to the tree. And they all won the prize. The basket of apples. It's all mindset. So what we're trying to say is that if you start realizing that, hang on, this is not true. We're not inferior. Guess what? You start to see evidences that you're not inferior. You start to notice, hang on, I look at the NBA, the National Basketball Association, 90% of them are black. When I look at baseball, 90% of them are black. When I look at what's it called, football, black. So we're definitely not genetically inferior. If you look at the Olympics, anything that does not need any special tool to operate, and you just use your physical, God-given, natural, universe-given attributes, we excel. The 8 fastest men and women on earth are black. So why are you talking about inferior? Where is it coming from? It is learned. Now, how do you unravel that? How do you unravel that? First is you start taking note and you start understanding that it's learned. And the moment you start understanding that it is learned, then you can now start saying, okay, let me relearn. Let me unlearn what I've learned and learn what serves me. Because what you've learned was learned to teach you how to serve someone else. Mm. So you have to unlearn that and start learning what serves you. And then you now start looking at, okay, our environment is not good now, for now, but we're going to change that. And this is what we're going to do about it. Heck, Give Genius is immediately something that you can do to start changing the wealth of your environment by changing the mindset from scarcity to abundance. Again, visit our meeting. We'll teach you how to do that. Then you find out that even when you get to a point where you're now rolling in money, you now find out that, hang on, money is even the least of all the virtues. Money is even the least. You not even care about money anymore. You'll be dealing in higher, different. The universe is abundant. You don't get me. But if you now buy into the scarcity mindset, all you'll be saying is lack. All you'll be saying is need. All you'll be saying is not enough. Mr. Clay, what are your thoughts?
That's it. You know, we need to move because money is the least of all wealth. You know, there are so many other wealths that you need to be exposed to. And so abundance is the only way we need to operate. And actually the universe tells us it's all about abundance. Because wherever you look, it gives you abundance. Is it colors? Abundance. Is it species? Abundance. Is it trees? Abundance.
Is it life? Abundance. Carry on.
Is it planets? Abundance, you know? So why would you think life why would you think life is opposite to that? So we've been living an opposite, we've been going in the wrong direction. So it's time now we become masters of the right, because we've mastered the wrong direction. We've mastered scarcity. It's time now to master abundance. So I'm just getting excited about it, Mr. Phil. The more I say it, the more exciting I'm getting. It's getting excited about it, you know, because whatever you think in your mind, that you think, oh, let me just think abundance. So don't think anything negative. Just think abundance, positive abundance, because that's what you're gonna live. That's what you're gonna create, and that's what you're gonna be in. Back to you, Mr. Phil.
Actually, I told my son, and he's been calling me since then. My youngest son, I told him, start calling me Mr. Abundant Phil. Mean that Mr. Abundance Phil. And today he called me and said, Mr. Abundance Phil. I'm like, yeah, you got it.
I like that. I like that.
So even my youngest son is already calling me Mr. Abundance, you know. And yeah, that's my middle name. Why not? You know. And again, the topic we're saying is that Africa, get rid of your inferiority complex, because you're not inferior in any way, shape, or form. Those are artificial imposition on you. And the good news is that whatever is being imposed artificially can easily be taken off, because it needs force to keep you down. So go to our library, see what we spoke about, you know, money being energy. See what we spoke about. The world is now a global market. See what we spoke about, your mindset. All these things are there to lead to this. That you're not inferior in any way, shape, or form. To lead to the abundance mindset. To make you realize that you're unique, you're powerful, and the evidences are there. Yes, you've been lied to. Yes, you've been tricked. Yes, you've been distracted by forces. But guess what? Would you like to be the one feeling guilty now? Like the white guilt is happening to some people right now? I would never want to deal with that. That is terrible. I would want to be guilty, like I'm in luxury and I'm thinking, I don't deserve this because my parents stole it from someone by killing them and by raping them and you're still, you want to deal with white guilt. So I'm glad. I'm not saying that I'm happy that they're going through that, but I'm just trying to tell you that you think you have problems. It depends on where you're looking at it from. Then we have to deal with that problem. And some of them will have to say, you know what? I wasn't the one that killed somebody. I wasn't the one that basically raped and pillaged someone's house. I just want to leave, I beg. And some of them will just have to live like that. Some of them will have to look at themselves in the mirror and say, I cannot unbond myself from being white. Just like you two now. You're coming from the opposite direction. But guess what both of you are? You're human beings. Dealing with human issues from different perspectives. Pluses and minuses on both sides. Okay, what you have to deal with is to unlearn the lies you've been sold. Unbuy the lies. Yes, that's what you have to deal with. But don't forget someone else has to deal with something else. So let's all be glad that we have something else, so something to actually deal with and grow with and emerge like a butterfly from a cocoon. And everybody will go, wow. What if Africa was not submerged in that? This thing will not rise up. What if what we've been going through as Africa is that we are a seed and we've been put in the soil, in the darkness of miseducation, in the darkness of exploitation, in the darkness of unfair treatment, in the darkness, and that is there specifically so that the seed will feel the heat, will feel the darkness, will be alone, and will have enough fortitude to crack the shell, so that the seed can now come alive with life that we will now see as a plant that is shooting up from the soil. What if what Africa went through is us going through that process so that we can grow up to be responsible human beings on the table of mankind? Where there's Chinese, there's Japanese, but now there's now Africa that has now grown from the pain, from the darkness, from the forces, so that Africa now can now take its seat rightfully, proudly on the table of mankind. What are your thoughts, Mr. Clay?
Beautiful thoughts. You just said it all. Those are beautiful thoughts you just said there, Mr. Phil. That's right. That's where we are. We need that pressure. We need to be where we are right now to come out of it. To bless the world, take our rightful place, well deserved, well earned. I think we all have a lot of growing to do. This journey is a journey that keeps giving. Every time I think, oh yeah, you know what, you're almost there. You haven't even started. That's abundance.
Yeah.
It's like a computer game that there's so many levels that it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on.
So, and it keeps getting better.
And it keeps getting better. And you keep growing because that's
Yeah.
the ultimate goal of this journey, is for you to grow. So the abundance of circumstances, the abundance of challenges, the abundance of pressure keeps getting you to grow. Because so you're not bored. Just imagine you're bored, there's no challenge, everything's so easy. You know, you probably won't be having a pleasant experience of this life. So, Mr. Phil, thank you.
You're most welcome, sir. You're most welcome. Rike, what are your thoughts?
Yes, I just want to piggyback off of the whole unlearning the inferiority complex and scarcity mentality, and just embracing the mission to accept abundance mentality. So, like, I sit rightfully at the table of humanity and rightful place as we deserve. So, yes, I'm very happy for the journey, excited, and I couldn't wish for anything better.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it. Get rid of your inferiority complex. On that note, that is goodbye from me, Rike.
Bye-bye. Thank you for having me. Thank you, guys. Peace and love once again, and always.
I'm Mr. Leye.
Good night, everybody. See you next time.
God bless everybody. Remember, get rid of your inferiority complex and stay in abundance.